Hello from sunny Dubai. Welcome to the pilot episode of Design in Service, the podcast where we explore the systems, strategies, and spaces that shape world-class hospitality operations. I'm Melissa Yarman from CKP Hospitality Consultants, and today we're unpacking a question that's asked more often than you might think. Is kitchen equipment really that expensive, or are we just seeing the results of poor planning? In this episode, I'll walk you through what's actually driving up kitchen equipment costs, why delays and misalignment cause budgets to explode, how smart planning can keep your costs in check, and why your kitchen isn't just functional, it is foundational to guest experience. Whether you're a project lead, operator, designer, or developer, there's something here for you. Let's dive in. Let's start with the obvious. Yes, kitchen equipment is more expensive now than it used to be, but it's not just because equipment has evolved or gotten more sophisticated. It's because the world has changed. We're seeing material costs like stainless steel and copper climb, shipping rates balloon thanks to port backlogs and fuel hikes, currency fluctuations that mess with import costs, and how fluctuating tariffs destabilize pricing across borders. But one factor that often gets overlooked, lead time. One of our suppliers recently told us their production schedule doubled, not due to labor, but because key components were not available. So what used to take 8 weeks now took 16 or more. And that delay ripples outward. You miss early pricing on volume deals, you end up rushing orders and paying express fees, you may even delay your opening, which hits revenue, and you expose yourself to material price hikes mid-project. A real example? We saw a project in the Gulf region delay its opening by 6 weeks because a cold room panel didn't fit in the lift. It was confirmed too late to request a sectional delivery, and that oversight had real cost implications. So yes, costs are rising, but often the trigger is timing, not just the product itself. Here's where things get tricky. In most projects, the problem isn't what was specified. It's when the conversation started. Too often, the kitchen planning begins after the architectural layout is locked, after MEP points are cast, or even after the tender package is finalized. At that point, we're not planning people, we are firefighting. We hear things like the exhaust can't support the grill we choose, the panel board's already maxed out, there's no space for service access. And that's when what was supposed to be a $900,000 kitchen quickly becomes a $1.1 million problem. Because you're no longer planning, folks. You're firefighting, customizing, redesigning, and trying to make it all fit under pressure. And I've seen this happen even in the 5-star hotel projects. Not because anyone was careless, but because the kitchen was treated as an afterthought. Let's go a little deeper. Because the true cost of poor planning isn't just financial, it's also operational. When a kitchen gets redesigned late, you deal with coordination delays, site rework, ad hoc custom fabrication, and worst of all, knock-on effects in operations. One of our clients installed a dishwasher that didn't match the size of the drain pan. It backflowed and hygiene was compromised. 6 months later, they had to renovate. So what's the real cost? Time lost, staff frustration, food delays, a damaged guest experience, and reviews that reflect all of it. So again, is the equipment expensive, or are we just late to the planning table? All right, folks, let's take a quick break. If this episode is resonating so far, make a note or even pause here and think about how your current or upcoming project is treating the kitchen, not as an expense, but as infrastructure. See you in a bit.
Hospitality is evolving, and so are we. From visionary kitchen design to turnkey consulting, we're shaping the future, one project at a time. Whether you're planning, designing, or optimizing, we're here to help. Explore how we solve hospitality's toughest challenges at www.ckphospitality.com.
All right, we're back. And now that we've looked at the cost drivers and the pitfalls of late planning, let's talk about how to actually get it right. So how do we prevent these problems? At CKP, we use a simple framework with our clients. Plan, pivot, prioritize. Plan early. Start thinking about the kitchen during feasibility, not post layout, and certainly not at the tender stage. When the F&B strategy and kitchen planning is integrated from the start, you can align with defined USP or unique selling points, the actual menu, the service style, and operational flow. MEP gets designed around the kitchen this way, not the other way round. Pivot wisely. If your preferred brand isn't available, don't panic. There are excellent alternatives from China, Turkey, Italy that meet hygiene codes, warranty standards, and performance benchmarks. Some of our most seamless projects use hybrid setups, a European combi, a China dishwasher, and local fabrication for cooking suites. Don't get locked into labels. Focus on performance. Prioritize function. Not everything needs to be a Rolls Royce. Put your budget where it matters. Production line, ventilation, refrigeration, dishwashing. Other items like prep tables, dry storage, shelving can be basic now and upgraded later. Your kitchen doesn't need to be shiny everywhere. It needs to work when it counts. Here's something a lot of people miss. Even if your guests never see the kitchen, they still experience it. When a kitchen is well designed, food arrives faster, orders are accurate, the team stays calm and efficient, and the vibe of your space just flows better. On the flip side, a bad kitchen slows things down. It stresses the staff and it affects consistency. All of that shows up in reviews, in team turnover, in guest loyalty. So investing in your kitchen isn't just an operations decision. It's a brand decision. This is a good time to ask yourself, what does your kitchen say about your brand? And how much are you investing in the experience behind the scenes? Let's take another short break.
At CKP Hospitality Consultants, we turn bold visions into operational realities. From luxury hotels to high-performance food halls, our team delivers custom food service design solutions that balance innovation, efficiency, and guest experience. With every project, we blend creativity and strategy to elevate hospitality spaces worldwide.
Let's wrap this up with a shift in mindset. Your kitchen is not just a box filled with equipment. It's the engine room of your operation. If you underinvest or plan it too late, you'll pay for it later. Not just in money, but in delays, rework, team burnout, and missed opportunities. So here's what I want to leave you with. Ask yourself and your team, are we giving the kitchen the same priority as interiors? Are we engaging the right specialists at the right time? Are we designing for performance or just for handover? Because when we treat the kitchen like strategic infrastructure, we build smarter, more scalable, more guest-ready operations. Thank you so much for joining me today on Design in Service. I'm Melissa Yarman from CKP Hospitality Consultants. If this episode gave you some food for thought, share it with your team. Send it to your architect or project manager and subscribe to stay updated on future episodes. Until next time, plan smart, build with purpose, and always design in service. See you in episode 2.